they just descended on us in a horde of pickup trucks.
It's been about 3 months since historical floods devastated Colorado's Front Range in September of 2013. I drove up to Jamestown, a small mountain community just northwest of Boulder, and one of the areas heavily affected by these floods. They're a tight-knit group, and it's a place where people take the time to talk to one another. They welcomed me with a genuine openness, and over many cups of coffee, I was allowed a glimpse into their lives as they are now. Before the floods, there were 275 permanent residents.
Community in Jamestown has always been fantastic. The way things work is if you need something, they're there.
We rely on our neighbors, we help each other, and we feel that we're a pretty resilient community.
Ever since I've been here, Jamestown is, they're always looking for something to celebrate. Let's have a party, you know? Things are really bad for one reason or another. Let's have a pig roast.
But when the flood happened, the community was torn apart, quite literally, by the river. They were stuck on whichever side of the river they happened to be on, and then airlifted out. The life of Joey Howlett was lost. Out of 185 homes, 26 were significantly damaged, and 17 of those were completely destroyed.
But I've never had anything affect me the way this flood did, and it's just I don't know, to see your town the way it is now, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
But then something amazing happened.
So, I remember one gentleman showed up in a beautiful big Ford pickup with a great big trailer behind it with a brand new John Deere skid loader on it that he had just paid $85,000 for. He bought it to come up here.
You don't even have to ask them, and they're shoveling.
We decided to start raising some funds and created an event that was originally going to be really simple, and then next thing you know, we had a live auction and ended up raising over $100,000 for Jamestown.
We had 2 girls who just took a weekend off. You know, they work all week in LA. Took 2 days off, hopped a flight because they were somehow affiliated with Hands On, and they were shoveling mud out of my house.
So far, there have been 1,050 volunteers and over 6,500 hours logged.
I found it very satisfying. I've made more friends here in the last 3 months than I did in the last 44 years.
I think it was like refreshing from like this standpoint of like humanity, that like these groups that like we otherwise would never have crossed paths with, nor ever reached out to, voluntarily reached out to us, and that include, you know, and that's a lot of groups. It's people that would never come to Jamestown, like the Baptists, or it's also like the cyclists who do come up here, but you know, and we're friends with and we interact with, but we never expected that they would reach out.
What we felt through this effort and through the friendships we've been making in the process has been a real kind of peacemaking that's occurred, to where even some of the more hostile types on both sides have realized that the other are actually decent people, and they're helping us and we're helping them, and you know, there's been a building of community that really wasn't very strong before. It was there a little bit, but now it's really become very strong.
You know, this is a group that we all kind of argued over 4 feet on the side of the road. Felt like there wasn't enough room for us all to be driving the same road. And then when they reached out and helped raise money for us to be able to have water and roads again, to be able to live here again, we realized, like, you know, we're all in it together, and they love this place too, and really felt you know, like we're all friends together. Silly that anyone ever argued about, you know, a bike lane. We're like, as soon as we get our town put back together, we need to figure out how to be able to go help the next time a disaster hits someone else, because I kind of feel like we'll never be the same again. We like understand something we didn't understand before, like how much of a difference people can make to each other.